Hello. So today I'm playing Picross. I love Picross. No, I don't want a tutorial. And I had money, bought it on Switch. That's really the long and short of it. Love Picross. I'm not using touch controls, so let's do this. Picross is like entryway to like sorry, one second. It's probably not a great idea, honestly, playing Picross, because it's a game I have to think with, but it's the gateway to like my top 5 games like ever. There it is, that's easy. And yeah. I can cut this up a bit, I guess. So I'm just gonna be going through, probably completing this whole line today. I can show you the basics. So this is a 5x5 puzzle, and so there's this 5 here is a great example. That means there are 5 squares that we need to fill. Same here too. And these lines are now done. So, and this gives us insight into the other lines. So this one has a 1 and a 1. Well, this is already a 1, so we X out here. Same here. And, you know, that line's halfway done. Well, actually, it's all the way done now, because it's you know, that's the only place it could be. X's are very important. Even though the only thing that matters are the fill, the X's are very important. So let's take this line here. There should be a 1, and then for every number, there's a gap in between. That's what this X is. So there has to be a 1 here, because there are only 3 spaces here, and we have a 3. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. That line's done. And now that this line is done, it helps us solve the next line, which with this 4 here, there's only 4 spaces it could be because there's an X here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Line's done. And what do you know it? This is done too. So now that this is done, now that this line is done, this has to be a complete 3. It can't be here, so it's got to be here, which also solves this line here, because this is 1, 1, 2, 3. And then the only other place this could go, because this needs to be an X there, it doesn't need to be, but for visual purposes, we could put that there. It's got to be here. There we go. And it's an elephant? Baby elephant. 1 minute 37. I mean, obviously, I was just trying to show you how to do it, the basics of it, and it gets increasingly harder. So there's one more 5x5, and then there's a 10. So I can just kind of run through this 5x5, and then we can move on to the 10, where things just get a little harder. So, okay, we start with, there's 1, 2, 3. So no matter if it's 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, there has to be a 3 here. And since we know that there's a 3 here, we can go 1, 2, 3 because, well, it just has to be, because there has to be a space between the 1 and the 3, and there's only 5. There's 2 here, and then there's the 3, so that's 5. Perfect, you know? And we could do the same thing here. That line's done. And this goes here, which means the 1 and the 1 have to be here. The 3 cannot be here, which means we could put 1 there, which means that only can be 1 here, not there. And you can see how it can kind of like ramp up in speeds and stuff. A lot of this will just be kind of unconscious here for me. So in like the 10x10, and it's a clock? Is that a clock? Timer? Clock. Gotcha. In the 10x10 here, they're gonna throw us an easy one because it's the first 10x10. You know, I'm not gonna go through the tutorial. I don't need to. What? Yes, play the puzzle. That was weird. I don't know. Alright. Either way, this is a 10x10, so we have a 10 here. And we have a 10 here. And then we also have a 10 here. The first thing you should do in any puzzle is just throw out your big numbers. There's an 8 here, so normally I'd put that there, and we'd have 2 on either end, but I'm gonna put an X there because we already have 1 here. And then seeing as we already we have an edge here, we can go X, 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 and X. So we X all that down. This line is done. Let's see, 1. This line is done because that is 2. It can't be there. There's a 9 here, so we can do that. We can do the same thing we just did on this side, on the other side for this side. This is 2, so this line is done, which means there's an X there. This 9 is done. And because there has to be a space between the 1 and the 2, this line is done. There has to be a 3 here, X, X that, and there's got to be a 3 there. So that line's done. That's done. Okay. That has to be 1, and there has to be a 2 here, so that's done. There has to be a 1 here, which means, because this line is done. This is done. That line's done, and that's it. The whole puzzle is right there. I'm a tactile learner, so it's kind of difficult for me to explain, I guess, how this makes sense to me, but it's just kind of, I just kind of go through it, and it helps that I can kind of just like, that I kind of know what to do. There, and there. Boom, boom, boom. X's are like, to me, the most important part. There's a 6 here, and there has to be a 1 here somewhere, but I don't want to think about it because I don't have to. There has to be a 5 here. That line's done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this line is done, and we can use this. So there has to be a 6 here. That has to be connected. Done. All right. This has to be 2. This has to be 5. Let's see here. There's already 2 started here, which means that has to be 5. That has to be an X. Has to be an X there. This has to be 6. It's the same thing as that one side. It's gotta be 2, 1. Yep. It can't be more than 2. Yep. And then there's a 1 somewhere in these. This has to be that, which means that's done. This line's done. Don't know when that happened, but that line's done. That line's done. That line's done. X that. 1, 2. Has to be there. And that's the whole puzzle. I love Picross. It's one of my favorites. It's a batteries. I gotta clip Picross, whatever that means. And I mean, like, there's a ton. It gets up to like 20 by 15. I'm sure there's other Picross games that like do some crazy stuff like 50 by 50 or 60 by 60, but I don't think this game has that, at least not in its normal mode. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going through it. First things first, got a 10 here, easy money, and then we got a 1 here, and that's already solved. So we have a 3, a 2, a 2, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 2, and a 3. All right, it's like, you get to a point where the puzzles just almost solve themselves, especially at this level. This is done. There has to be a 4 here, so there's 2 on either side. It could be on either one. There has to be a 3 here, so there has to be either one there, a 1 there to complete the 3. Since this is 2, I can X off this because there's no way 2 can reach these 2 areas unless 2 started here. Anyway, I don't know if I'm making sense right now or if this is even entertaining to watch. I could be going a lot faster, but, you know, stopping to explain things is just kind of like what I feel like people should be doing in this kind of a thing. There has to be a 3 here because there's no way that you can fit 2 here for the space in the 1. So that means a 1 has to be here. There can't be any room for the 2 here, so that has to be a 1 here. Since it's a 3, we can X these off. Has to be a 3 here. If there's this 1 here, okay, there has to be a 3. Okay, that solves that. It can't be anywhere but there, so yeah, that line's done. Has to be a 2 here somewhere. That's a 1. That has to be the 2, because there's no other place for the 1 to go. That line's done. Don't know when that happened, but... So there has to be 1 here. And this line's done. Oops. Can't be there. Okay, this is where I wanted that to go. So that's a 1. Does that solve anything? That solves that. Ooh, that solves that. Going through a second puberty. Quite literally. That goes there. And we're done. It's a flask. A alcohol burner. Sure. Why not? Let's do the next one. Why not? I have time. I'm having fun. I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna try this one a little faster. So we have a 7 here. Cross those off. Do we have a 6 anywhere? We have a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I think that can go there. One more. So we have that there. That has to be there. Cross that off. One there. No, it can be in other places. X there. Oh, 1, 2, 3. That can't be there. It has to be like that. Like that. 1, 2, 3. That's gotta be 2. Okay. And then you can go 1 anywhere in here. So that's a 1 as well. Okay. That's a 3, which means that's done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cross that off. Okay, let's see here. Got 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. 5 has to be there, which means that's done. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we have. Let's see. If I put 1 here, it can still be there. So how did I solve this the other time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that has to be there, which means that crosses out, which means that does that. That solves that, and now the puzzle just solves itself. So that's that. Can't go there. Let's see, it's 6. So that's gonna be a crucial part right there. And am I missing something? Oh, that can't go there. That has to do that. Oops. This could have been solved like years ago. That's backwards. This is backwards. Here we are. This is it goes a lot faster with touch controls because I can really just be everywhere about it. This has to be 2, which means that can't be there, which has to be here and there. And 1. Oops, nope. What am I doing? Oh, there it is. Okay. Had a little bit of a brain fart there. Slug? I don't know. Slug! Hey! Do I have time for one more? I can do one more. You know, I figured this is a game that I can talk over pretty easy, with a fair degree. I mean, I talk, you know. I can play and just kind of chill out a bit. I don't have to do anything. I didn't take into account that I'd be, into it as much as I am. 5 can't be there. 1, 2, 3. That's done. Goes there. It can go there if it needs to. In fact, it might actually. That can't be there, which means it has to be there like that. And that's solved. So that's been done for a while. There. It's done. It actually has to be done because of the. It's gotta be like that. Like that. Maybe I don't need to talk as much as I think I need to when I'm doing these. It can't be there. Can't be there. Can't be there. It has to be that. Like that. It's gotta be that. I need 5, 1, 2, 3. Be it. Oh, can't be that. It has to be these two. Oh, and just like that. Anyway, a minute and a half ago when I started talking, I wanted to say that I wanted to practice my voice a bit more by doing something a little chiller and something that doesn't require more brain power, but apparently I chose wrong. Talking and playing video games is hard, and talking while trying to do a voice and playing video games is even harder, it seems, so I don't even know if I've been doing this voice correctly, so maybe not. I don't know. It should be trying to be my natural voice, but who knows? Who cares? I care. That's why I'm doing it. I'm everywhere today, aren't I? Just be there. Nope. You can be there. No, no, no. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it can be on either side of those. This might be my last one because I'm not talking as much as I think I should. That has to be 2. It's gonna be 1. That could be there. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, has to be there. Like that. Can't be there. Can't be there. Gotta be there. That has to be a 1. Can't be a 3 here anywhere. Which means that's done. It's gotta be a 4 there. I messed up somewhere. Where did what's happening here? Did I mess up somewhere? Well, we'll get to that later. Yeah, we'll get to that later. Then again, there might be just ripple effects, and this whole thing may be borked, but 2, 3. Has to be 1. Has to be 1 there. So 1 somewhere here. There it is. 2, 3, 1. Gotta be 1 here. There. That could be a 3 there. 4. In fact, there is a 3 there. It's there. It's gotta be there. Like that. Okay, yeah, no, that was just I don't know why that X was there. There it is. That threw me off when it really shouldn't have. It's pinwheels! Or a windmill. Either way. I just kind of did this spontaneously because that's how I do everything, so I'm gonna end it here because, I don't know. I don't think I'm doing very well in terms of my voice. I need to know how this sounds. I didn't do any warm-up today. I just decided to do it. To do this out of nowhere, so I'll see how it turns out. If it turns out good, hey, you know, you're watching it with me. If not, it'll remain in the depths of my Windows File Explorer. Anyway, that's all I have, so I'm done. See ya.